Wilmington, North Carolina. Let me tell you about this place. It's a great vacation spot with fantastic restaurants, bars, taverns, shops, and beaches. But it also has a history of violence that dates back to before the Revolutionary War.
First off, an old southern seaport. That right alone in the early 1700s was just a major source of violence. These sailors would arrive, most of them at a young age, having been at sea for several weeks, if not several months, and they'd arrive in port, and you know, I can only imagine being trapped on a ship for that long and finally being free in a city where there are women and there's alcohol. Then we were invaded twice in the Revolutionary War and in the Civil War. Then you have slavery. Slavery, which is just an absolute violent act.
All this violence makes Wilmington one of the most haunted cities in America. But that can mean only one thing: haunted taps. I decided to hang out with the guys over at Wilmington Pub Crawl to check it out for myself.
Welcome to the Haunted Pub Crawl of Old Wilmington. My name is Stan Wood. I'll be your tour guide this evening. 21 square blocks. We have over 25 actively haunted locations. It's a very dark and dangerous place.
If I wear that hat, will I be like, good?
They leave me alone with the hat on.
Can I borrow that hat?
You want to try it? Excellent.
Ghost, do you see this?
There are many stories of guests coming into certain bars and in a drunken stupor loudly proclaiming how much they don't believe in ghosts and loudly proclaiming how much nonsense they think it is, only to have 3 shelves behind the bar in front of them collapse at once, shattering all the glass. Something was letting them know, I don't appreciate you coming into my place and talking about me like that.
Something happened here to where people were trying to get out. Fear and anxiety, that's why for the chest pain.
I am a medium. I've been a medium for 25 years.
There's at least 8 presences up here, at least.
Us mediums don't generally use the word ghost. We use the word spirit or person, because they are in fact people who are passed over to another realm of existence, and that's what they are.
This is real history. These are the departed people. It's all a matter of public record who passed away in these locations. There's no speculation. They did die there. Keep in mind who and what we're talking about. Whether you believe or not, at least have a little bit of respect.
7 gentlemen arrived in, they were heading north. They were freed slaves. And as they were heading north, they arrived at the Cape Fear River. It was sunset. And they knew enough not to enter a town, even as freed slaves, at night. And so they decided to camp out in the swamps and the reeds on the other side of the river, Eagle Island, and await for daybreak and then enter Wilmington. Well, this was just after the Nat Turner insurrection, and while they were hiding out in those reeds, they were discovered, and they were brought into Wilmington, and right at the foot of Market Street on the riverfront, the 7 men were forced to run the gauntlet. And essentially the gauntlet was 2 groups of men on either side of them. They ran down the middle, and if they survived, they were set free. They didn't survive the punches, the kicks, the knife wounds, the shots. At the end, all 7 were dead. They decapitated all 7 of them and took their heads and stuck them on pikes and put them around the city limits to warn the other slaves not to consider an uprising.
After the Civil War, Wilmington was controlled by a coalition of black leaders and progressive whites. Now, that didn't sit too well with the Southern white Democrats of the area. So they decided to take back the government with guns.
It's unclear exactly how many people died. There's a dispute as to the numbers. Some people say you could walk across the river. There were so many bodies floating in it.
White supremacists burned down the Black-run newspaper in a violent coup d'etat. The only time that's happened on American soil.
I would say it's taken us probably 100 years to recover from that.
Anytime a person has a sudden, unexpected, violent death,
The energy can be stuck in that area.
it leaves an energy imprint on the environment.
And that's where we come in. You know, we can come in and kind of connect the two and find out what the problem is.
The problem is you can't find a place to drink alone in this town. Check it out for yourself. For more information, go to hauntedtaps.com.